This is the 5th episode of Girl Healed, and we will be talking about Girl Blame My Daddy and who else to have on this podcast other than my daddy. If you are a girl that loves your dad, or you're a girl that wish you had a relationship with your dad, we are going to be talking about everything. And so we'll start off with the first question, which is, what did you hope I would never doubt about myself?
Your ability to be great.
Okay.
I always wanted you to know that you could do anything you put your mind to. And you have done that and more.
I will say that my dad did a great job making sure that I believed in myself, that I knew that I could achieve anything. Y'all, I had some crazy aspirations and dreams, and never shot me down. Always supported me no matter how crazy it was, even if in his head he probably was like, what the world is this girl talking about? So I do appreciate that. What were you intentional about teaching me?
To have faith in God, to believe in yourself, and always believe that you can accomplish it.
Daddy, them answers gonna have to be a little bit.
A little bit what?
Like, this is Girl Healed. Like, you know, you got to be a little bit more spunky over here, you know. Okay, so.
Intentional about teaching you. One was to believe in God, have faith in God. Two, I took you to the gym a lot because I wanted you to be a basketball player. That never stuck.
Yeah, I did.
Outside of that, just be a strong, positive black woman.
I'm only 5 feet. Basketball was not my thing, but I was in the gym faithfully with my dad and couldn't dribble a basketball now if I wanted to. So, what does it mean to truly protect your daughter? And before I start, this man is my protector through and through. I know if I call my daddy, it's going to come through. I call him the muscle. If I have to call him, that is the last resort. What does it mean to truly protect your daughter?
I think that is a multi-layered question, but to truly protect your daughter means that sometimes you got to let your daughter experience hurt, experience pain, not because you don't want to be there, not because you don't want to always shield her from those things, but sometimes there's growth. And if you don't allow them to, they'll be sheltered and not grow. Also, it means that I put my hands on people. So if you touch my baby, I'm going to put my hands on you.
Oh,
but other than that, just to always be a safe space, just be a cover. When she want to bounce ideas off of me, bounce ideas. I always wanted my child to feel like she could talk to me, even if it was uncomfortable questions, even if she was drunk in college and called me on the phone to tell me she was drunk. Just those type of things. I just always wanted to have that relationship, and I'm glad we do have that type of relationship.
It's funny that he brought that up. On my 21st birthday, I was at the beach, and my friends was like, we're going to go to Broadway at the beach. I was told up. He called me to tell me happy birthday at 12, and by 12, I was through. And I still picked up the phone because it was my daddy. And I can only imagine what I was sounding like, probably like a slushy. That night, I didn't even make it through the night. They had to take me home.
Super slushy. Like, Dad, I'm not drunk. You can't tell. I was like, you're drunk, but it's okay. Go home. I'm not drunk. I'm gonna promise I'm about to go lay down.
And I really was not driving that night. And it was another night in college too that I called you because I threw up just nasty. College was a time, and yeah, it was just a mess. And so, why not talk about this, especially because it's Men's Mental Health Month? And so, why not get a father's perspective? What are things that fathers carry that people do not see, or that they go through as fathers that we don't take into consideration as daughters, as women?
For me, personally, the times when I felt like a failure, the moments when I couldn't be there for my daughter, the times when I was chasing a job or chasing a paycheck. When I was in the military, I missed my baby's first steps, graduations, in the pursuit of trying to be a better man. Sometimes I wasn't a very good father. And even now, those are things I struggle with because you want to be the best for your child. You want to be the best example. But sometimes as men, we struggle. We struggle with maturity. We struggle with finance versus relationship. And all those things can be a heavy burden. And for me personally, at 50 years old, I'm still trying to unpack some of that stuff. There's some guilt associated with being gone out of my daughter's life for times, for being places I shouldn't have been, for doing things I shouldn't have done. And those are the things that kind of haunt me.
From a daughter's perspective, I think it's important that we let our fathers know and male figures in our life know that have grace for yourself. Women, we operate off of grace. We have those moments of feeling like failures and guilt and all of those things. Everyone fails, and I think sometimes too it can be dismissive to say, oh, just get over it. No, sit in it. You fail or you feel these things, but know that 9 times out of 10, the other side doesn't feel that bad about it. But having open conversations like this too does help with that. What does society misunderstand about good fathers? What's a misconception about good fathers?
I think a misconception about good fathers that some people equate fatherhood and being a good father to finances, being a provider versus being present. Because as a young man that didn't really have a father, I thought that in order to be a good father, I had to be financially secure. I had to be able to make enough money to take care and provide. What you realize is that sometimes the pursuit of the paycheck takes away your presence. And if I could go back in time, the one thing I would change is that I would be more present. Because chasing that paycheck, long hours, 12 hours, always gone, doing all the extra stuff I thought was going to make me a better father, actually made me an absent father.
My dad is sitting here talking about absence and stuff. My perception of my dad was not that, because even growing up, I understood you have to take care of your finances and make sure you're okay. So I never internalized it. As far as I can remember, my daddy was always there. A highlight of my childhood was my dad coming to visit me at lunch. My friends treated him like he was a giant. I love my daddy. And so that's one of those memories that I always remember. My dad come to play with me, come to bring me lunch, sitting with me at lunch. So the absent part, I'm like, I hear you, but I didn't feel that way. I was just happy when I saw my dad. I feel like every girl needs an answer for this, especially because I have friends and we talk about this all the time. I can't tell you how a man thinks or how a man feels. I'm not a man. I can't do that. Like, you might need to go talk to a man. So why not ask these questions to a man? So what keeps men from being emotionally available?
I just became emotionally unavailable just that fast. I don't. Truthfully, I think a lot of it is society and upbringing. Like, we taught to hold in emotion, don't cry, be strong. Like all those stereotypical things that should be thrown out the window, because of course we have emotion. Of course we hurt, we cry. We do all the things that women do. It's just that we've been trained to act and respond in a certain way that is counterproductive, but we don't realize it. You create your own little false prison because you can't share with your person. And it starts young, even in the dynamic with me and my daughter. The ability for us to share, communicate, and feel open enough to communicate, that is what's required in a healthy relationship. So when my daughter does finally find a man, hopefully, she's single, if y'all want. She'll be able to communicate. I think a lot of it is just that men typically are insecure, so they try to hide stuff. They don't want to share. They don't want to be open and vulnerable because they looked at it as being weak. So really, it's women's fault. Y'all did it.
If we can be completely honest, I have moments where I'm not necessarily proud of myself because I'm thinking that I'm creating a safe space for men. But sometimes, especially hard conversations, I think as women, we have to learn how to navigate those hard conversations when men do trust you enough to be vulnerable and come to you. Because it may be hard for you to hear and it may be hard for you to digest, but in that moment, it's not about you. And so you have to learn how to actively listen when men are pouring out and allowing themselves to kind of decompress with you. And so that's something that I'm even learning. Still, I'm a lot better than I was when I was younger, because when I was younger, I was a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But now I do try to sit. Now I really do try my best, even in those hard conversations.
The truth is, if you listen to a man when he's in his vulnerable state, he'll tell you the truth. He'll tell you exactly what's on his heart. He'll tell you exactly how he feels. He'll tell you everything you need to know. If you create a safe space, and when he feels his most vulnerable, he'll be the most honest.
I have seen my guy friends at the lowest of lows, but they know that I'm not going to judge them, and I never bring it back up. When things are said to you in confidentiality or because they trust you, don't bring it back up. Don't throw it back in their face, because at that point, you have just undone everything that happened because you're throwing it back in their face.
That's why your daddy left you.
And then you like, oh, why is he not talking to me? Because he don't feel safe to talk to you. Why has he shut down because he doesn't feel safe enough to talk to you. That is why you blew it.
Pretty much, you blew it.
If it is a father that is listening to the podcast, what would be some advice or some ways that you would recommend speaking life into your daughter?
I think that the most important thing is what you said earlier was give your daughter grace. Know that she's going to make mistakes. Know there's going to be time when she's going to fall short of her own expectations, not yours. Place no limits on your child. Encourage her. Be a listening ear. Be understanding. Be fun. Me and Kiki, we're fun. We do fun activities. We've always had a kind of fun relationship because I know it's hard being a woman, so I just try to be fun and listen and just be encouraging.
And also, my dad is brutally honest, y'all. I was dating somebody, y'all, and my dad flat out told me, that boy does not like you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ugly one. My daughter, her taste in men is ugly.
No, it's not.
Super ugly.
I do not know where he get that from.
Her boyfriends, they all had one thing in common. They was ugly.
They were not ugly, y'all. I don't know where my dad get that from, and he has ran with that.
If you ride a horse, boo.
He only saying that because I like Shabuzi, y'all. Dark, I don't discriminate. I'm not a colorist. What is it that you feel like women or daughters need to hear from fathers and men more often?
I love you. I don't think we say it enough. As men, you'll be surprised how much those words can heal in men. So, yeah, I would say tell your daughter you love her. Tell the woman in your life you love her. Your mama, your grandma, you love her. Just let them know.
I did an episode for the girls, giving yourself permission to feel. This may be unfamiliar to me because I'm guarded or because I've been brought up this way. I can allow myself to feel when I'm safe. You don't want to do that with the wrong. Again, I say all the time that the worst thing for women can be a man, and the worst thing for a man can be a woman. If it's the wrong one, it gets bad really quickly.
I agree. I have been both the good and bad one to a woman. Sometimes you're just not compatible. Most people romanticize relationships, males and females, and that's the biggest issue.
I'm about to go on a whole different tangent. Some of y'all have wanted me to talk about this anyway. One of my biggest pet peeves, the idea that you are deserving of a man with 6 figures, his life together, and all of these things. One, we have to stop trying to determine the worthiness of a man based on his income. I cannot stand that with our culture. We have all of these high standards that are unrealistic because we sit and tune into all of this stuff on social media, and it's unrealistic. You have to be real with yourself. You don't even have the intellect to carry a conversation with the man that you are saying that you want. I learned one of the physicians, his wife was a lawyer, but she was a stay-at-home mom, and I thought that was so crazy to me. We used to have these conversations, and he was like, yeah, when I'm in certain rooms, I want a woman that can carry a conversation without me being right there. He didn't want somebody that is trying to have a conversation with him and they looking like a deer in headlights, can't even carry a conversation, can't handle business. We have to be realistic. But I'm getting off my soapbox now. So how did you prepare me for dating without realizing it?
I think the best way any father can prepare his daughter for dating is by how he treats his child. I wasn't the father where spankings was a big thing. I didn't want you to think that love equated to punishment. Also, you melted my heart. So, of course, whenever you are around the person that I was when I was outside or when I was other places, when I came home to you, I was a big softy cake. So it should have taught you that the right man will be affectionate, will be loving, will be all those things and understanding. And I listen to you because you talk a lot.
This is a disclaimer because y'all will look at my dating life and think my daddy didn't. My daddy did his big one. I don't know what happened when I got older, but we working on that. So
just like
that
ugly,
don't happen.
She like ugly men, so that's probably why our dating is. You go to church, and them dudes be having like on suits and stuff. Get you a dude with a suit, but you want the ugly dude that. You know.
I do not. I did go through a phase where I liked I wouldn't call them hood, but just, it wasn't a good phase for me.
Hood?
It wasn't a good phase. So, what should women pay attention to when choosing a man?
His intentions. I'm probably the wrong person to give advice on that because I'm single, which means I didn't. Hey, dog and women, if you want advice on dating, And how to do it right, I am the wrong person. Trust me, I'm the wrong person. But I would say judge a man by his intention, his intent when he's trying to date you.
Somebody told me that they wanted me to speak about becoming a wife, and I'm like, how can I talk about that? Because I'm not a wife. I'm not married. I'm single.
Well, you give good advice. They say those that can't do teach. Be a life coach or something. Why you like ugly dudes?
I don't like ugly men. That was a phase. We passed that phase.
That phase lasted years, from like 20 to probably 28. It was 10, about 8 years.
We are past that phase. I think the last time it was somebody ugly was like high school.
No. It was an adult. It was, yeah. Oh, it was after college too.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. The rapper. The rapper dude. Yeah, it was. You was trying to rap or something?
He wasn't. He was.
That's what.
Because that was a mess. That was What advice would you give to a man pursuing your daughter?
What advice would I give to a man pursuing my daughter? First thing I would tell him is, if you hurt her, you gonna have to see me in a lot of places. You probably see me in your sleep. But outside of that, my baby's delicate. She's sensitive on the inside, hard on the outside. She's been through a lot. So you have to handle her with care, or I'll break your knees.
Daddy.
You heard I'll break your knees and your jaw. Okay,
so now that you have already threatened the people and told them if they hurt me, you'll hurt them. We're going to transition. We're going to transition to healing because nobody should be hurt. What would you say to women carrying father wounds?
Heal. Let me be completely transparent. It's not just women. I have father wounds. I'm dealing with a situation where my father was not present and he recently came back. He reaches out to Kiki all the time. Sometimes when he calls me, it makes me turn back into that 13-year-old child that is seeking for a relationship. So it is an ongoing process. You got to realize that for whatever reasons, the things that happen, and it made you the person you are. It won't happen overnight. But don't find you a man and think he's going to be your father. Go to therapy. Talk to somebody.
And I was going to say, too, because I might talk about this on a later episode, but because who better to talk about this with than my daddy, because he's seen me go through it. My mama is not in my life, which we haven't even talked about this yet, but it's so weird to me that at 30 years old, it's people that try to seek relationships with me to the point where it's like they invade my privacy. And so what my dad was saying about like, you go back to that little girl, I had to catch myself. It's like, you shouldn't even be reacting this way. You are 30 now. Whatever has happened. Healing is a journey. It's a process. You may have moments where it's like, I do go back to that little girl or that little boy. Just being self-aware enough to know this is me going back to that little girl, little boy, because everyone has one in them, regardless of how much people try to deny it. The little you is in there somewhere.
And if you 5 feet like my baby, the little you is down in there. Like way down in there. Like big like me, the little you's kind of up there.
Can healing happen even when Rick? Ooh.
What word is you trying to say? What is the word?
Can healing happen even when reconciliation is impossible? That word was tearing me up.
That word was. You couldn't get that word.
I could. It just was not coming out. That word was tearing me up.
I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I'm looking on the other side of this screen, and I see 1, 2, I see 4 degrees up there. 4 degrees. I see all them degrees up there behind them degrees. She got my daughter got a master's and can't say that word. Reconciliation. It rolled off.
It was tearing me up.
Wakanda. I was about to say Wakanda. Oh, what?
It was tearing me up. Oh my goodness. And I dare not try to say it again.
She had me confused because I was like, well, what word is it?
And I dare not try to say it again. Not tonight.
That word had her. That word had her in a pinch. She was looking at that hard too. I was like, oh, she wasn't. I was like, she must have froze. I thought we was about to do the.
Oh, it's glitching.
Yeah, she did the Matrix acting up. She couldn't get that word. She was tall to the. She couldn't get that word to come out for nothing.
Oh goodness.
That's an SAT word too.
Affiliation.
It was kicking her butt. Yeah, she got it that time. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, reconciliation is possible if you can say it. If you can say the word, you can have it. So, if you can say it, it can happen. Healing can happen without reconciliation. See how I said that word tore her up. But yeah,
it tore me up.
Yeah, healing can happen if you can say it. It can happen.
It starts with being able to say it.
You say the word.
Say what you want.
Give somebody doesn't mean that you guys are gonna be together or continue a friendship or continue a partnership or anything of that nature. It just means that, hey, I understand who you are and where you are, and I don't want to be in that space.
I done had to forgive and forget some people. Forgive and just accept, like, it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, family, over with. Yeah. So.
Like that word.
You let me live.
That word was over with, too. Reconciliation.
Not. What is something about me that I've never seen in myself?
Your strength. I think there are times when you would not be as assertive and aggressive as you needed to be in some situations, and I think you were stronger than you realized at times.
Was there ever a time that you worried about me but didn't tell me?
Of course. I worry about you all the time, even now, because you can't really drive. When you first started driving, you got like 7 wrecks in like 2 months. No, like 7 wrecks. You bagged into parked cars. You claim somebody hit you in the parking lot at Coastal. How you thought we was gonna believe you that? Somebody hit you in the parking lot at Coastal.
No, I hit them.
That's my point. But you said somebody hit and run me, knowing you told them. Knowing you told them people call. But outside of that, just your driving. Other than that, I think you're more than capable of handling yourself. I took you to the gun range. If y'all don't know, I took my baby to the range. She'll put somebody on a t-shirt. First time, never shot a gun before. After the first few times of being a little nervous, I'm talking about sniper, t-shirt, easy. So, don't worry about her safety.
I hit that parked car so hard. I was looking for the person as if they were going to be outside expecting their car to be hit. I went into the office and asked him, I said, do y'all have sticky notes? And I put the sticky note on his car. We literally watched him like discover that his car was hit and the sticky note flew off. And he was like, oh my God. So, yeah. Don't hit parked cars.
She hit parked cars at the mall. She couldn't park next to cars. Like, it was dangerous.
My nanny mobile was dented up on the side. Like, the whole front was...
It was touch and go for there for a minute. I was like, she gonna kill that poor little car.
I was happy to give that car up because it went through.
Through it. Like that song Take Me Through There. She took that car through there. Cause that car had about 9 wrecks in like 2 months.
When were you the proudest of me?
The proudest of you? There's been so many moments that I can think of. Graduating high school was probably one of the proudest moments just because, a little backstory, amazing daughter was put up for adoption when she was a baby. Foster care was going to take her. I, at the time, was a 19-year-old college kid. I saw my daughter for the first time and I wanted her. I remember people saying how she was going to turn out to be this and be that, and it was scary and it was frightening, but look at what she turned out to be. Better than advertised, amazing. So high school, the step team when you was at Dutch, college, just all the accomplishments that every milestone you made in your life, I've been proud. I get more prouder of you every day with each accomplishment. So,
what's one thing you hope that I never apologize for?
Being you, being the person that we raised you to be. Never feel like you have to shrink and apologize for who you are, how you feel, and how you think. I believe that you have an amazing heart, and I'm sure most women do. But you have an amazing heart, and I think that's a genuine heart. And I think sometimes that is the thing that some women don't have. They have an amazing heart with stipulations, but you have an amazingly generous heart. You look out for others, you love others, and That is a testament to who you are as a person.
What was the hardest season of raising me?
The hardest season? It would probably be the college years. Just because you were going through being out on your own, learning, understanding yourself, and defining the kind of woman you wanted to be. But the hardest part of that season wasn't the college, it wasn't you being away. It was that was during the time when you was navigating your feelings with your mother. And those conversations and hearing you cry and being emotional, those are the moments that broke. Because as a father, you want to protect your child. And you can't protect your child from internal hurt as much as you would like to. And that was a difficult time. For people that's listening, mothers, women, men, fathers, it is important to understand internal hurt, the thing that you don't see. Because those are the things that plague our children. I can see heartache, heartbreak when she breaks up with a boyfriend. I can see when she's disappointed in a test score. I can't see how she feels internally about certain situations because she don't verbalize. Those internal scars, you can't see them. So I would tell everybody out there, just be mindful, like be vigilant and watch your kids to make sure that even if you don't know where the scars are, that you are just being an open ear and don't beat yourself up because you can't fix it.
I think I was in college or I was like a teenager, and it was like one birthday, I think, and I had started trying to establish a relationship with my mama, and she didn't tell me happy birthday because I didn't tell her happy Mother's Day.
You were 19.
I think that age was when I allowed myself to feel everything because, like, as a kid, my dad and my grandma made sure that I had an excellent childhood. I literally broke down crying in front of my dad. Like my dad said, I have a heart of gold. So in that moment, I'm like, why did I even deserve that? My dad even apologized to me. You did nothing wrong. I think it was just seeing how much that affected me because, again, that's when I really started processing all of that stuff from my childhood.
After we talked about our hugged and said it's going to be okay, I got in that messenger app. Woo! Girl, I'm talking about it was paragraph.
But that is one of the things I love about my dad. I know for sure my dad will go to war for me. I think sometimes being kind of timid or soft-spoken, people take advantage. Now I'm more assertive, but then I was not. It was like I'll just take it and kind of navigate it the best way that I could. What do you hope every daughter experiences with her father?
I hope that they find happiness and memories because at some point, we're no longer going to be here as fathers. I hope that they make enough memories or that we make enough memories that it lasts on.
What is one thing that I've taught you without realizing it?
One thing that you taught me without realizing it, you have taught me unconditional love. Just showing up every day, being around you and seeing you never looking at me with disappointment in your eyes. You're always loving, always having kind words. From a child on up, I always felt like I was a rock star, superstar to you. So that's what unconditional love feels like. So, did I make you feel loved growing up? Did you ever doubt that I was proud of you?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I doubted that you were proud of me, but there was moments in my life where it was like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. If they knew, they would be extremely not happy with me. Well, I'm not going to say that on here because I was about to bring up the story about the do-rag and I would just ask those crazy questions.
Well, speaking of the story, since you brought it up, yeah, let's get into it.
When I was younger, right? Well, I'm not going to say the colors, but my dad would always wear the same colors. At least that's what I thought. And I ended up asking, I think I was on 7 or 8, if that. And I ended up asking my dad, was he a part of a gang? Because he always would wear those colors. And he just kind of looked at me like, where did you even get that from?
What's one thing I taught you without realizing it? You asked me that, so now I'm asking you that.
Okay. So one thing that you have taught me without realizing it, I would say that my dad taught me how to truly be treated by a man. But in adulthood, I find myself in situations where my dad would never. My dad would not approve.
I be giving some of y'all busters, I'm gonna use an old word, be giving some of y'all busters a leeway when she called me and asked for advice. And I'm like, Just give him a chance, and y'all be bums. And he ain't got to take me nowhere. He ain't fancy, just regular bums behavior. And I supported y'all bums when y'all was trying to date my daughter, and she gave y'all a chance, and I should have been said no.
Even in adulthood, me and my dad still do daddy-daughter dates. Like, we go out.
She's lucky, because it's one of y'all that I know my daughter, she tried hard to work with you and meet you halfway and do all this stuff, and you still was
Still.
I almost lucky this is a Christian podcast. I was about to cuss just now. This is a perfect segue into our next question. Perfect. What did your dad teach you about God?
My dad taught me about God is, y'all, my dad, he knows the word. I remember we had a conversation. I was really struggling with my faith. I was dating somebody that was a completely different religion. And because of the season I was in my life, I was just all over the place. And like, I talked to my dad, and it was a judgment-free space. Even through those little conversations, I was kind of seeking for answers. And from those conversations, he helped me.
Ooh, glory!
Daddy, please.
Glory! Thank you! Woo.
Oh, my gosh.
God is not pleased with y'all if y'all out there like,
Yes.
That was my praise break, don't you? Woo! Give him a prayer cloth. Woo! Into a church service, y'all ain't. What is one memory of us you'll never forget?
I have a lot of memories. I'm trying to think. What's my favorite?
You got sir. When I stand up, yes.
We would do that every day.
We watch that.
Like, literally every day. People get it crunk like me to breathe it.
Yes. We watch You Got Served 17 times a day.
And could probably still do the routine.
We should do the routine.
Waking up for summer camp, listening to Aaliyah and Tweet. That's me and my dad theme music.
Speaking of summer camp, she went to summer camp in Greenville one year. The little boy was giving her a hard time.
He glued me to the seat.
Daddy.
The sister glued me to the seat.
Went up there and threatened everybody. I'm talking about, I started with the teacher first. You first, big fella. Come here, let me talk to you. And then I went on down the line.
All of my cousins, we all went to summer camp together. And so when I got glued to the seat, it was almost like a war in there.
They would throw, other cousins would throw, they would get active.
I was glued to the chair trying to hit them with the chair that I was glued. And then my dad came and showed out too.
Listen, you got to be thankful because God is good all the time.
One thing I'll always thank you for is loving me, being my protector, being my safe place, and just being an amazing daddy. I love my daddy.
One thing I always thank you for is being my first true love, being my heart, and always being able to brighten my day no matter what's going on.
One thing I admire about you is that to the world, you are hard. But to me, you just a little mushy teddy bear.
Oh, my teddy bear. Oh, one thing I admire about you is your resilience. No matter what was placed in your way throughout your life, you've overcome it. And your brain, because I'm looking at all those degrees on the wall. That's pretty amazing.
You just picked on me for not being able to say reconciliation.
You said it. I finally got it right. She finally got all that education, got it done. Don't know what my baby talking about. She got it. Yeah. Big dog. Yeah.
What's one thing we hope never changes about our relationship?
The open communication and fun.
We still have TikToks we gotta make.
Yeah, we got a lot of TikToks.
Even though you say I don't have rhythm.
That's a podcast for another. We had a dance battle we put on Facebook years ago. I wish I could
find
it.
I beat him.
And y'all could see just
who apologized first growing up?
Me. You talking about?
Now we're gonna see who would tell the truth. Cause let mommy tell it. You used to be a problem.
She ain't never lied. Yeah.
We still talk about some of them beatings to this day.
She beat me once because I fell in Reedy River in Greenville. Instead of being where I could have died or drowned. No, you went. She beat me.
I literally looked to the side one day and got smacked in my mouth.
Yeah.
She said I was rolling my eyes. I was not.
We could do a podcast about mommy then. You might try to whoop me now.
One thing I still do that reminds you of yourself.
One thing that you do
that reminds you of yourself?
You do a lot of stuff that remind me of me. Well, you be trying to be funny like me, but you ain't quite as funny, but you okay. So sometimes you crack a joke and it make me laugh. So that reminds me.
I am funny. I wouldn't say I'm the top 5, but I'm probably in the top 10. I'm funny.
Top 12. Like
10. More like 7.
We're going. Okay, you twisted my arm. I say, okay, 9. You can 5. Okay, we in the middle ground time.
Most dramatic moment.
Most dramatic from you? What was the pit bull you had that you had to get rid of?
Oh, Scott.
It was a baby. She put it in the bathroom. She had a bathroom. I thought she was like Cujo. And then she had a fit because she had to get a dog away. Well, this has been a lot of fun. It's always fun spending time with the people that you love.
So that was episode 5, Blaming on My Daddy for Girl Hill. If you know a woman or a man that could benefit from this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next episode.